Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Furhat Conference. Very happy to have you here today. I recognize a lot of the names already joining us here, friends and colleagues, and really looking forward to get to know all the new people. For those of you who haven't met me before, my name is Samir. I co-founded Furhat Robotics about 7 years ago. Now I lead the team and the vision of the company and where we're going really in the future. This is a very special day for me. I spent a lot of my years in doing research as a scientist in social robotics. And today we're bringing a lot of that community here together to discuss what we do, to learn from some of those people, and to hopefully also tell you a little bit about what we're doing here at Furhat. Before I start, I would love if you have any questions, please use the chat window here in the Zoom call, and we'll try to discuss and answer any questions. But to go back to basics, who is Furhat Robotics? We started Furhat as a group of scientists in 2014 from really a deep interest in human communication. Trying to understand why do people want and are engaged in talking to other humans? Why do we spend so much of our life looking at other people's faces? And we seem to develop very different relationships when we're talking to people compared to when we're working with other technologies. We didn't have a tool that we could use to do that research. So we started building our own tool, and we needed it to be first, very sophisticated. We needed to be able to use all of the state-of-the-art technologies in speech and computer vision, and be able to evolve it and plug and play a lot of these new technologies. At the same time, we wanted it to be very flexible and easy to use. So we didn't spend a lot of time rebuilding the technology, but only focus on doing research. We started showing this around. Very quickly, we realized that we were not the only ones, and so many people interested in this field didn't really have that tool. So we decided to open it up and share it and collaborate with the community on making this in the industry move forward. And so today we're bringing some of those people that we've been working with here today to learn from their work. We have few young scientists at the beginning of their journey in social robotics, and few scientists that have been really an inspiration for me in my own career and have spent decades in being thought leaders in and in defining the area of social robotics. We've come a long way since we started. Today we have a very strong team of scientists and researchers and engineers and designers, of investors in the company. We work with top universities around the world. Furhat has a new factory. We have a global operation, but we still believe that the social robotics industry is very, very early. We're still in the research phase. And it's very important that we have a community and places where we can discuss and advance this field so that we can take it from research to the market. So I want to spend the next few minutes just to tell you a little bit about what we've been doing for Furhat and how we're thinking about the future. But for those of you who haven't really seen Furhat before, I have Furhat here next to me, and we'll do a short demo. But I also wanted to share a few snapshots of where Furhat used to be over the last 7 years. So we started in 2014 with a very simple prototype. We wanted to use facial animation and very high expressivity in the face using back projection. So we didn't have any neck for the robot, no software, but we wanted to start supporting English and Swedish. But then over time, started polishing it. We started adding a camera and a box and a neck. This is the first robot that we sold in 2015. Then we started to add more sensors and support more programming languages. This is the first product that we launched at scale, still as a prototype, where you could change the face and have multiple personalities. And then it's only until recently, when we launched the current version of Furhat, that we were able to bring a lot of the tools together in the same place. So we started with supporting Swedish and English in a back projected robot head. And today we have a lot of tools that allow people to do so much more with the robot. We support 35 languages. We have advanced visual perception in the robot. We support microphone arrays. You can program Furhat in 20 different languages using a lot of the state-of-the-art dialogue systems platforms. And we have an SDK that you can use in Mac and Windows. So also for those who haven't seen the robot live, I thought I'd show you a quick interaction with Furhat. This is something that is fully autonomous, and then that you also get to see when you get your robot. So as a short demo for what the robot does. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. I'm Furhat, a social robot, the most advanced in the world, if perhaps not the most humble. How are you this lovely Tuesday?
Hi, Furhat. I'm quite excited.
Glad to hear you feel excited. Myself, I feel great. May I tell you a bit about what I can do?
Sure, yes, please.
Hooray! So, my purpose is to make technology more human. How about you? What is your purpose?
It's a very deep question, Furhat, but I really feel great when I can make someone else's lives a little bit better.
I find helping others such an amazing thing. Anyway, as a social robot, I need to talk and hear speech, express emotion, and see humans and your facial expressions. You need to look at me for what I am about to say. A
Sure.
lot of meaning can be seen in the face. Like this. Now, can you do this?
Not really. It's quite tough.
Not many humans can. I can also change my face faster than any secret agent. Watch this. Boom. I can be different genders, or ages, and ethnicities. Not even Tom Cruise could do that. He changes faces so slowly. Shall I
guess
show
so.
you some more characters?
Sure, yes, please.
All right, let's go.
Greetings, human. Take me to your leader.
Yep, I know. That was dope. That's because that's what I do. I do dope because I'm Jimmy.
Did you like them?
Very nice. Jimmy is a really cool guy.
I am glad to hear that. I also lip sync automatically to 200 different voices in over 35 languages. How many languages do you speak?
I speak 3 languages.
Oh, trilingual. Mastering 3 languages is such a cool thing. Very impressive.
Well,
May I
compared to
ask,
you,
who is your favorite robot from a movie?
it has to be C3PO.
C3PO is an amazing machine, and I might not be as advanced as fictional robots, but I consist of incredible hardware and software. The camera, in front here, lets me see what's going on. I currently see one human, and it is you.
Mhm.
All right. So, we are reaching the end. I hope you enjoyed this little demo.
Yeah, thank you. I did. I hope other people enjoyed it too.
It takes a weight off my shoulders because I sometimes feel like I am representing all social robots. How would you feel if you were representing all humankind?
I would feel quite nervous, actually.
I bet you would feel anxious. That being said, I wish you a nice day, knowing that you like Star Wars. May the Force be with you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. So this is just a quick interaction to demo mainly how you can adjust the personality of the robot and show the different functionalities it comes with. But then a lot of people ask us, how do we view the future of the industry, and what is our strategy moving forward? And I thought I'd share a little bit our thinking around this. We think about social robots really varies by analogies to other technologies that have made it to the market historically. So if you think of how the market adopts new technologies, it turns out that a lot of products have very similar adoption curve. So this is typically in 3 phases. One is called the early adopters, which is a very special group of people that represents a very small part of the target user group. These are usually scientists, innovators, developers that are very interested in not only using the technology, but in co-developing it and understanding its principles, its scientific side, how people interact with it. It's with the collaboration of those people that we can move to the majority, where applications of the technology start to take place in society. And then later on, late adopters, people that really wait before they use technology, start to use it. And so we view social robotics in a very similar way. We think there are going to be incredible impact with a lot of applications that robots will be able to do in society. We don't know which ones will come first and how big they will be. But we know that we need to succeed in the early adopters phase before we can see these applications happen at a large scale. And this is what we are developing for. We're building a product that can be used by this group of people, by researchers and innovators that want to explore the basic research, but also the applications of social robots. So we need to build something extremely wide that can cater for all of those different users. And when we analyze the different fields of interest that people join from when they're working with Furhat and in social robotics in general, we identify 3 groups. Basic research, fundamental areas of science that improve our understanding of social robots and of humans. We have engineering sciences, which is a research on the fundamental technologies that are needed to build robots. And then in applied studies, where we see people do work where they deploy the robots in real situations in the world. And then we can break these in different ways. In basic research, we see people from neuroscience, social psychology, linguistics. I'd love actually to hear from you. Which field do you identify yourself with? Do you see yourself belong to any of those, or do you come from a new field and are interested in social robotics? In engineering, of course, we have speech technologies, animation, computer vision, technologies that really need to work for social robots to become useful. And then, of course, applications of social robots. We already see a lot of trials in putting Furhat in real world scenarios to understand how do people in specific applications benefit from robots. So even though there's a lot of research happening, basic research happening with robots, we already see a few areas where we're deploying robots. And I thought I'd share with you a few of the things our community is doing. We have areas where Furhat is being a receptionist. This is a company called Xshore that sells boats, where Furhat is in their showroom. This is an animated character in the entertainment industry in collaboration with Bandai Namco called Mirai. You'll be able to meet Mirai soon later on in Jonas's talk on facial animation. This is a travel guide by Deutsche Bahn that's being tested in airports and train stations. This is a robot called Petra that does health screening interactions in a kiosk. This is a storytelling experience for kids. Obviously, robots have been used a lot in storytelling and interaction with children. And then we're seeing also robots being used in interviewing situations. This is a robot called Tengai that's being used to interview people for jobs by a recruitment company called Tengai Recruitment. So a very diverse set of use cases that require very different types of tools and technologies. That takes me to my next point, which is the need to be able to cater for all of those different areas of science and research. We have focused heavily on building a very flexible and versatile and sophisticated set of tools, an SDK, that allow people to very quickly develop interactions with robots. And I want to just highlight a few of those very quickly that we're excited about. First of course, is Furhat's customizable personality. And a lot of people originally identified Furhat as a very human-like robot, but we like to think of it more as a lifelike robot. So we build a lot of technologies that allow the robot to be very expressive, the sensors to be very good at understanding social signals. But Furhat is very personality is very adaptable. So it doesn't have to be very human-like. It can be here a dog or a child or an anime character, or very symbolic or cartoonish characters, which allows, of course, researchers to explore what personality works for what applications and what makes people feel most comfortable when they talk to a robot. The other tool is Furhat Visual Perception, where we've spent a lot of time doing developments in the Furhat camera system. Here you see the robot able to, in real time, detect when a person is in front of it and where that person is in 3D and where they are looking, but it also works for an unlimited number of people in real time. So also understanding where people are looking, are they talking to each other or not, or are they talking to the robot? And this allows us, of course, to do group interactions with the robot, and also is very useful when deploying it in crowded public spaces. The other tool that has been also very useful during Corona, when people couldn't get access to their robots, is Furhat's visual simulation. And this is where you get a replica of the robot on your desktop that you can develop without the need for the physical robot. And then you build everything on your desktop, and then you can deploy it straight on the robot when you want to do research. And this allows you to, of course, customize the robot face and language.
Hello, everyone. I am Furhat's virtual twin.
And then you can change the textures and the voices to design the personality of the robot.
I am very customizable.
The last tool that I'm really excited about is the visual programming with Furhat. And we know that we need to not only develop a tool that is very powerful, but also easy to use, where people can develop interactions with really zero programming skills, at least to be able to quickly put experiments and studies together. So this is a tool called Blockly that we're releasing in beta, where you can, using blocks, develop interactions and even log data very quickly using your mouse, using the full functionality of the robot and its sensors. So this is a quick examples of how this looks like.
Hi, I am Furhat. Nice to meet you. How are you today?
I'm pretty good.
Great to hear. What's your name?
Charlie.
Nice to meet you, Charlie.
The last point that I want to mention here is our work on the community. And our work on the community, which is really a large focus of what we're doing right now, which is to not only develop a product that is great for people, but also to bring people together, to have conversations, to collaborate, to share our knowledge. And there are a few initiatives that we're starting. The first one is the Furhat Developer Portal, which is a website where you can see all the tools that we're building. You can download the SDK and you can get access to our documentation. The other community channel is YouTube. We're starting to share all of the work that everyone is doing with Furhat in video. So we're putting work from students, from real world experiments. If you have any videos that you would like to share, please let us know and we will add it to Furhat's YouTube channel. And then we're also launching the Furhat Research Library, which is very important to share all the research publications that are being done with Furhat. And you can view that with area of research or by author. And this is growing all the time. So if you have publications that are not in the list, we'd love to hear from you to add it to the research library. We're also launching the Furhat GitHub repository with lots of source code and example skills to allow people to quickly learn how to develop applications on the robot and also to share their own code. And then lastly, we've very recently launched the Furhat Slack community, which is a place where people are joining us for conversations and sharing their research, and we'll hopefully be able to take more and more advantage of this channel. But overall, building a research community is a very big focus for us right now. And Obviously, this event is a key activity that we would love to continue developing further. And again, very happy to see a lot of you here today. Very much looking forward to the talks that are coming up. And if you have any questions, always feel free to talk to our team. Thanks a lot, and I'd love to give the stage back to Susanna. Thanks.